The past 3 weeks, I've worked out an average of 30 hours per week. I swam 78,821 yards, which is around 45 miles, biked 761 miles, and ran 139 miles. This is the first time I've self-coached myself in a very long time. I wanted to try something new and see what happened at the Ironman 70.3 Oregon on July 23rd. It all started with a solid plan and a clear vision of what I wanted to achieve. Setting realistic goals is crucial when it comes to making progress and staying motivated. The 3 weeks were broken down into this. The first week is a building period. I've just raced Ironman 70.3 Boulder on June 10th, so getting that recovery and just building the volume back up. Weeks 2 and 3 are pretty much the same workouts. Do the workouts better the second time. For a day-by-day basis, Monday is usually a recovery day, Tuesday a hard bike, 2 by 20 minute effort, big gear up the mountain, and then come down to the flat, 2 by 10 minutes at threshold pace. Wednesday is a track run. 20 by 400 threshold with about 1 minute to 45 seconds rest in between. Thursday is an aerobic day, usually consisting of a quite long bike endurance ride. Friday has a decent swim, a threshold swim. Saturday, a long ride incorporating race efforts of 2 by 30 minutes, or in the second week, 4 by 20 minutes with 5 minutes rest in between. Sunday's a long run incorporating tempo work. The first week I did 2 by 2 mile with a mile rest in between. The second week, 2 by 5K, 3 minute rest in between. I started a challenge where I do a triathlon every single day. Swimming, biking, running. Even on recovery days, I would do a couple minutes of each sport, like a 10-minute swim, 10-minute run, and a 20-minute bike. In the process, I lost 10 pounds. I wasn't expecting this huge of a drop. The goal was to get back to race weight, which is around, for me, the mid 140 pound, 145, 146 pounds. The first half of the 2023 season, I was pushing quite strong power on the bike. More weight, more muscles means more power on the pedals. So the bike was improving so much. I was in the mid 150s, sometimes getting to 157 pounds. I was completing my workouts very strong, especially on the bike, and the swimming and running were constantly improving as well. Since Ironman 70.3 Boulder, I decided to discipline myself and try to get back to my race weight, where last year at Ironman 70.3 Waco, I had one of my best 70.3 performances. I was at around 144, 145 pounds. I think this would help me race better. Losing this amount of weight can alter your performance, good or bad. Let's talk about it. For the biking, losing this amount of weight, I could definitely feel I could not push as much power than a couple weeks ago when I was heavier. But I did end up pushing more watts per kilogram, which is a number that us triathletes and cyclists think about. The numerator specifies how many power you can push, and that is calculated based on watts. So if you're 200 watts, and then the denominator is your weight in kilogram, and let's say you're 50 kilogram, 200 divided by 50, that's 4 watts per kilogram. The running, I could definitely tell a huge difference. I was lighter on my feet and I was having a good time, and my feet were landing on the pavement and going up pretty quickly. So a huge significant impact on the run for a much better performance in training and hopefully racing as well. For the swimming, I didn't feel any difference. I'm still training and I noticed a slight difference in my swim training, but I also ramped up my swim volume and added more intensity there. There's one thing to note, that I've been dealing with a minor shin splint injury since May 29th, the Captex Triathlon. The week before that, I was starting to have that pain in my lower left leg on the inside. Sometimes it would hurt, sometimes not, and it usually hurts when I touch it. So hopefully it's nothing more than a shin splint, and hopefully it's not a stress fracture, but it's almost healing and it's getting better every day, and I'm confident it will go back up to 100%. I am committed to doing prehab exercises every day, thus doing 30 minutes of mobility, some kind of stretching, strengthening of my calf, my glutes, hamstrings, shoulders for swimming, stretching, core exercises. So just 30 minutes per day of doing that, and I've definitely noticed that I can train harder if I take the necessary precaution to strengthen and loosen all my muscles to get them ready for the next hard workout of the day. A lot of people think that when you need to lose weight, you exercise more. And yes, I am doing 30 hours per week of training, but I'm also very focused on my diet. Every morning I would always have a breakfast right when I get up. I never exercise on an empty stomach, even if it's a small oatmeal or a bread for a shorter recovery session. Today's a big day, so we have a big bowl of oatmeal, and I'm gonna be making some eggs so I get the carbs and the protein before my 4-hour bike ride with 4 by 20 minutes at race effort. In the mornings, I always eat something before a workout. So especially for a long, hard workout, I have a big meal, an oatmeal, and small stuff. I try to get a granola bar like before a swim or even a light workout. So always something before a workout. You do not want to work out on an empty stomach. And always a protein shake right after workout, usually 2 or maybe 3 times per day of protein shake. A sandwich for lunch and maybe a salad as well. And for dinner, I have a power bowl which has not a lot of calories, and I usually put barbecue sauce and maybe make some more chicken for the extra protein. And yes, sometimes I went to bed kind of hungry, but not too hungry. So I was in a calorie deficit for the past 3 weeks that resulted in my 10 pounds of loss. As a result, I'm very happy with my training at altitude camp the past 3 weeks and the past months. I'm here in Denver, Colorado at 5,800 feet, and I will be racing an Olympic triathlon here locally in Boulder. The day after that, I'm gonna come down to sea level and prep for the Ironman 70.3 Oregon 6 days later. The one thing I want you to take away from this video is that discipline is the key to success. Yes, some days I am very motivated. I get up, I do all the workouts, I eat right, I go to bed, the next day goes on. But most days I struggle to get out of bed, or I struggle not to eat something extra. Being disciplined even when you're not motivated is the reason why I am at my fitness level today. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to race and come down from altitude and race at sea level. This is the first time I'm doing this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.